I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four. Ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw stamp. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. The sheep need to open their eyes because they about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
17 defendants were indicted last month.
Charged with attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon. They are charged in an attack.
It's possible that the attack was triggered because one of them dared to talk to one of the girlfriends of these members.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got Thomas Vestergaard.
So I looked you up online, and I like to know more. Then we had a lot long discussion, and his whole chapter was kind of irritated about the whole thing because they usually hold national runs at Toronto. And his chapter is in Vancouver, so it's on the other end of the country.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to pay for the runs, even if they don't show up. So they'd be paying about $100 if they couldn't, even if they couldn't attend. So they had a lot of issue also with their national president. So after talking to me, he dissolved the chapter, and I actually still have contact with him. We are trying to get something up and running and we've been trying for a lot of years now, almost 10 years, but it's hard because it's a whole different world, even from America.
Yeah.
I remember one club, you probably heard of it, when a club that the Hells Angels found out that they were started up, and they would put him in a container overnight, and then they'll come back and said, yeah, you can lay down your patch and you can leave, or we will shut the door and we'll never come back. So there's real consequences if you don't do what you're supposed to in the right order.
And then I heard that story, I think it was down in Florida, right? Where the Outlaws beat this sober club because they were hanging out with Hell's Angels at a funeral.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Broke their legs and they couldn't even ride their bikes away.
Yeah, you have to be very careful. And I can see now that the legal, or we don't throw any members out for doing illegal stuff unless we are talking murder, rape, or drug dealing or something like that. We never had that issue, thank God, yet, and hopefully we will. But maybe someday, you'll never know. You only know people as much as they want to tell you. So, but until now, we've been lucky. We don't have any issues, and we always try to stay in good relations with other clubs.
But you've had 1% clubs try to tell you that you're going to be a support club for them, right? In the past.
Yeah, we had that in Vermont, where there was actually another chapter of ARM that went out and patched over to our club. And there were a 1% club that told them that you're not allowed to be here because we're going to war with this other 1% club, and you are now all support clubs to us. And I think there was 3 other clubs present that had permission that year. So they just took everybody under their wing. And my president, he just folded his cot, and he said, "No, we can't do that because we have members from all the big fours.
Yeah.
So we have to be neutral. We are clean and sober club. We're not into politics." So he put his cut together and went to put it in the bike. And one of the guys from this 1% club, he went out and have a talk with him and what is your club about and how do you do things and stuff like that. And when they went back in, he said, okay. He actually said to the other guys, look at this guy. He got more balls than all of you put together. And they're allowed to stay, but no one else.
Wow.
So,
yeah, you told me that story when I interviewed you last time.
Yeah, that's true. That's a funny story. But later, the president of that chapter, he stole the money and closed the chapter down. So,
oh man.
So yeah, but it's not easy when you have a club in Europe and you want to start up in America. You can't just drop by unannounced and say, give a cup of coffee or something. So yeah, you have to trust people. Sometimes it pans out, sometimes it doesn't.
There's a lot of networks that you have to go through in order to make things happen. I know you got a lot on your plate being the founder of this club. You have a lot of chapters. How many chapters do you have at the moment?
We have 4 chapters in Poland, and then we have Holland. We have 1 chapter, Germany, and Denmark, Norway, Sweden. So we're in 6 countries, but Holland is the biggest chapter. They're almost 40 members. So they are dividing, because a lot of the members in Holland is former, or not former. It is Polish people, because Polish people drink a lot. So there's a lot of clean and sober Polish people, and so they want to divide it in a Polish chapter and a whole Dutch chapter as well. So that's something we're going to see in the future. But in Sweden, to go back to your question about what's going to happen to ARM, I hope that they will survive, because there are so many people in the world, and I think it's a good thing that there are different clubs for different people, and we don't always see eye to eye. I never had any problems with ARM. ARM had a problem with KOSA, and when we took over some members in Poland, we were also threatened on our lives. The president of the Polish ARM chapter called me up personally and threatened to unalive me and my family, and he threatened to unalive my members if he met them on the street. He even threatened their wives and kids, and I had hardly laid down the phone before the European presidents called up with almost the same speech. And we've been threatened a lot. It's just words. And
it sounds like they need to join a 1% club, because they ain't playing the clean and sober club.
Well, clean and sober don't shoot at other clean and sober clubs, not in my book.
No.
And especially not in Europe. So I don't know how you do things over there, but not here.
I know there's a few clean and sober clubs out here. I haven't really looked into it that much about.
There's a lot. I don't know know some of them. The 5th chapter, I had a guy from there I talked to a lot. They don't have any bottom rocker, so that's kind of their way of doing things. They're still, and I think they're still an MC. But
is there any 1% clean and sober clubs?
Not as far as I know. Last time I heard, I think that the Outlaws have chapters with clean and sober members. Former arm, I think they still have that, and maybe there are more of them now. I don't know. I know that the red and white have meetings. They have like AA meetings where if you're a prospect and you're new, clean and sober, you are not allowed to speak for the first 2 years. You're just allowed to sit and listen to other people sharing. So I know that the big clubs have something going on. I'm not in that environment, so I don't know the details, but that's something I heard most of those places, so I know that's true.
Yeah.
But
I wish your club nothing but success. It seems like you're growing at a fast pace.
Yeah, we are growing all the time, and I think it's because we have done things the right way. You know, we haven't told people we are something we're not. We try to fit in where it's possible, and where it wasn't possible, we told people that we can't do it. So we just pack up and leave, like we did in England. About 7 years ago, we had to pack our chapter down because our Christian club and a 1% club we had some problems with, and they threatened our members. And back then I had my president, he was a former badass. So he said, Thomas, it doesn't matter. I've been riding with my bulletproof vest on before. I can do it again. And I said, yeah, I know, brother, but this is not what we're about. So for our own safety and for our nation, there are things we can't do. But of course, we have members in all different environments, and we just got a member in Holland. There's been a 1% for over 30 years. He's an older guy, and he has contacts. When we started up in Germany, usually there's a trial period of 5 or 7 years, but we got to start off a chapter with full patch from the get-go, and that's because we had the right contacts.
Yeah,
we had
you went through the right channels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In that world, it's better to ask permission than I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's better to ask for permission than forgiveness, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, but
you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
We got to get a better connection. We got to get a better connection. You know.
Yeah, we have to do that. Yeah. But I know at least in Europe there are 6 or 7 chapters of ARM that had been shut down for the last 5 years. 3 chapters in Sweden the last year. I know there's 2 chapters that are left. One of them have made another club, and the Federation of Clubs in Sweden shut down one of their chapters because they didn't live up to the rules. You know, when, I don't know if it's like that in America, but when you're in association of clubs in Europe, when a 1% club sends out an invitation for birthday or rally or everything. Every chapter has to stand up with two guys.
Yeah, send a representative, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
to show respect, basically,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. As we don't, in KOSA, we don't go to 1% parties or anything because it's not our thing. Only if we invite it. If we invite it, we show respect. We come. We show the necessary respect. And when people get a little drunk, we head for home.
Yeah.
So it's you can still show respect even if it's not your lifestyle. It's they have that respect for a reason, and I'm not going to sit here and try to push it one way or the other. People have died for their patch. You have to respect that, even if you don't like it or don't agree with the lifestyle. There's blood, sweat, and tears on those patches, so that earns some respect, even though I don't agree with all the politics, and I think it's a fucking pain when I want to start up a new chapter. But it's the world we live in, and I just have to adjust. That's the way it is.
You're just trying to survive.
Exactly. I want to do my own thing and survive at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I'll have you back on again when we got a better connection, and we'll get into some more stories that you got.
Looking forward to it, brother.
Definitely.
Thanks for having me.
And congratulations on getting married.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Definitely. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we go?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my club, my brothers, my family, the AA program, and the 12-step. Without that, I don't know where I would have been today. So, yeah, and hopefully all's good, and I will see you soon.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, do bad. Start your own podcast. Peace. Thanks, man.